Alright, so boom, y'all. 5 rappers I refuse to listen to. I'm sure that all of you guys have a rapper out there where you've heard a good amount of their music and you may like a lot of their music, but there is something about the rapper that just makes you uninterested in diving deep into their discography. When you first find out about an artist and they really impress you, you start listening to their mixtapes, their albums, whatever. But then there's times where you be like, yeah, I heard their music before, they cool, but like, nah, I'm okay. It's like you just don't want to listen to anything else. So that's what this list is for me. 5 artists where I can admit their music is fine, but I really don't care or just not interested enough to check out more of their music. But someone's music that I want you guys to check out is Renda. I will link his song Practice Freestyle in the description below.
I might throw in some ignorance so I can get my name and then portray the problem. Cause we killing when we got our hands up. Wouldn't make it if I only.
Check out Renda on his social media for more of his music. And as always, like the video and subscribe for more. Now let's get into it.
I am the way your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street.
Now, Denzel Curry is actually the reason why I'm making this video in the first place. He's the perfect example where every song I've heard by him is fine, but when people tell me to listen to an album from him, I'm just like, nah, I'm straight. I quickly touched on why I don't like Denzel's music that much in my 10 favorite hip hop songs of 2018 video. If you're a Denzel Curry fan, then you might dislike me for saying this, but I do not like the sound of Denzel's music at all. I've tried time and time again to get into Denzel's music, but every song I come across, I just don't like the way it sounds. Take his song Vengeance, for example.
I find him out in the alley. Got him out the club like a caddy. I'm gonna push a button like an innie. Switch it up and then hit the Cali.
See, this is what I'm talking about. I can't get into the way his music sounds. I'm sorry, but it's pretty annoying to me. And months later, my opinion has not changed. Denzel isn't really a fast chopper rapper like a Busta Rhymes or a Tech 9, but a lot of songs I've heard from him are songs where he's rapping like that, such as Vengeance. I've heard several Denzel songs that I've loved, such as like Black Balloons, Cloud Cobain, or This Life. Those 3 songs are what makes me want to listen to him. But then I hear a song like Sumo, Super Saiyan, Superman, and don't even get me started on that song, by the way. As soon as I heard the lines, laundry detergent, I'ma get up in that body like a surgeon, pussy wetter than a damn sea urchin, I turned that shit off. So don't get me wrong, I don't think Denzel is a bad rapper by any means. He's one of the most technically skilled rappers I ever heard. But his music is so on and off for me. I'll hear a song from him that I love and then immediately after hear a song I don't like at all. So for pretty much everybody out there that thinks Denzel is one of the most underrated rappers of this generation, then you can put that on people like me. I've heard a lot of Denzel songs, but I don't want to take my time to listen to more.
I done did a lot of things in my day. I admit it. I don't take back what I say. If I said it, then I meant it.
I'm going to be honest here. Joyner is the only person on this list that I don't really have a great reason for why I don't want to check out his music. It's simply, I heard some songs from him and said to myself, yeah, this guy is nice. And then I went on with my day. That has literally been a repeating cycle for me when it comes to Joyner Lucas for the past year and a half. I'll hear a song and be like, damn, like that song was nice. And then that's it. It happened with Frozen, I'm Not Racist, I Don't Die, and Winter Blues. I really just don't care about Joyner Lucas enough. He doesn't interest me enough. One thing Joyner did that honestly this may be 5% of the reason why I don't want to listen to him, he ruined Gucci Gang for me, if I'm being honest. The original one is not a good song, but I got so used to hearing Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang that hearing someone switch it up saying Louis Gang, Fendi Gang, Prada Gang, I was like, nope. I immediately didn't want to listen to his version. It's a better version than the original, but I don't like the sound of his. So it doesn't matter how many good songs I hear by Joyner, I still can't see myself becoming a fan.
If I can pay my bills, I'm good. I'm coming over. Found a message in my bottle. Your son is coming up.
If there are any big Isaiah Rashad fans watching this video, then I strongly apologize, but I have to say it. Isaiah Rashad bores the fuck out of me. Like, oh my gosh, not even just makes me a little tired or puts me to sleep. I feel like I'm in a coma when I listen to his music. So I first found him from his SXL performance in 2014, and I will say this, he has the #1 most boring SXL freestyle, and his cypher is insanely overrated. I see so many people say, oh my god, Isaiah Rashad killed it, TDE stand up. And it's like, killed it how? Like, his cypher was nothing spectacular. So Isaiah's magnum opus, from what I've heard, is his The Sun's Tirade album. Now I don't know if it's that Isaiah just simply isn't the type to make music with hype beats and rap with a high energy, but after the first 2 songs, I didn't want to listen to that album anymore. The first 2 songs, For the Squad and Free Lunch, add up to 7 minutes and 4 seconds. Throughout that 7 minutes, I yawned 5 times. 5 times. I got so tired, and it was 1 in the afternoon, and I had shit to do that I couldn't do because I became so exhausted. Like, if you guys can give me an Isaiah Rashad song that has a more upbeat feeling to it, I might give him a chance. Now, the very first song I heard by Logic was 44 Bars, and I still love that song. Also, when he was an XXL freshman in 2013, I loved his freestyle and cypher. But here's the thing. I'm someone that pays attention to the negative feedback an artist gets on their music if I see it come up pretty often. People don't just constantly complain about something unless they have a reason to. So when I see that people was constantly mocking him for his biracial comments, I tried to ignore it and I thought people were just hating on him. But then I started hearing it so much, so then I thought, okay, let me just listen to his music for myself to see if that's really the case. This was at the beginning of this year when Keanu Reeves came out as well. The song was apparently recorded last year, but it came out 2019, so whatever. So I listened to it, and the second I heard,
"That shit is designer. Did you know I'm mixed like Obama?"
I instantly realized why Logic gets so much hate. Now, I understand the song Keanu Reeves as a whole, and I'm aware that he said that to poke fun at the people that say it so much, but for me, it doesn't work, like, at all. That's the equivalent of someone repeatedly doing something that they know that you think is annoying, but they keep on doing it anyway and say stuff like, yeah, you hate when I do this, don't you? Yeah, I know this is on your nerves. Like, that's how that song feels for me, and him addressing the biracial comment by saying that. So Keanu Reeves alone made me not want to listen to Logic's music. I've heard from so many Logic fans that his earlier projects were much better, such as a song like 44 Bars that I mentioned. But at this point, I just don't even want to go back and check out Logic.
Wishing I could rap my whole life up in 24 carats of gold.
The thing with Big Sean is that I always felt obligated to listen to his music since we're both from Detroit. I just felt like since a rapper was from my hometown that I should listen to him to show support. But for Big Sean, that definitely hasn't been the case. Of course, I heard Sean back when his Finally Famous album came out. Songs like I Do It, As, My Last, Marvin Gaye, and Chardonnay, I've heard them all the time. But to this day, I've had zero interest in checking out the rest of his discography. I watched a video from Hip Hop Madness calling Big Sean hip hop's most non-essential rapper, and there were so many people in the comments agreeing and saying things like if Sean left the rap game right now, the culture wouldn't be missing anything detrimental. And honestly, I don't know how Sean ended up getting this perception from hip hop listeners, but this even more makes me wonder if I'm missing out on anything by not listening to him. I heard that I Decided was one of the best albums of 2017, but I didn't want to listen to it. And I didn't listen to his collab album with Metro Boomin, but I heard that was ass anyway. The only time I really listened to Big Sean heavy was on my 17th birthday. Y'all ever had a song stuck in y'all head, like, and throughout the entire day y'all listened to it like 100 times? I was like that with Big Sean's song Guap. Like, I'm really not sure what it was, but on my 17th birthday I listened to that song so many damn times. And then the next day I didn't listen to it at all. A fun fact, I actually had the chance to meet Big Sean too, because he was at a Liz store that was inside of a mall that was very close to where my job is. The reason I didn't go was because you couldn't take a picture or talk to Sean unless you bought a hat first. And hats at Liz are about 30 bucks. So I'm like, I don't really like this nigga this much to be spending $30 for a hat that I don't even want and to take a picture. Like, if it was any other celebrity I liked, then sure, but since it was Big Sean, I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll be fine. And overall, that's how I feel about listening to more of his music. Just, whatever, I'll be fine. Well, that was the video, guys. Let me know what rappers out there where no matter how much music you hear from them, you just never been interested in listening to their discography. Like the video, subscribe for more, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll hit you guys up later.